Tip number 177 from the book 501 Contractor Tips, workers' compensation insurance. If you have employees, you will need to have workers' compensation insurance. It is the law. Now, when I say it is the law, I actually know a contractor who didn't have it at one time and someone got injured and they actually took their contractor's license away. So I don't know the whole story of what happened. I just know the kind of the outline of it there. So if you want to keep your contractor's license, you will need to follow all of the laws and rules associated with keeping the contractor's license. Now, I don't know about you, but in the state of California, we get sent out probably once every 6 months a flyer, and the flyer has a little bit of news in it and a long list of all the contractors who have lost their contractor's license and the reasons why they have lost their license. Now, I don't know if it's meant to intimidate, but if you think about it, if you're planning on staying in business for a long time, then you will need a contractor's license. And if it's that important, then you will need to follow the rules. So again, familiarize yourself with the rules, including workers' compensation insurance. I'll tell you right now, the last thing you want to do is have someone who is not insured get injured on your job site. And I mean, this thing could just turn out to be a total nightmare. And I actually knew contractors who lived through these nightmares, and some of them even had workers' compensation insurance. So all the years that I went through, I think I had 1 or 2 injuries. And it didn't really affect my workers' compensation insurance very much. I think it's because I had paid in so much money, you know, before I actually had my first accident. But I really don't know everything about it. But I'll tell you what, I'm sure if I would have had another accident within a short period of time, my rates would have went up immediately. So one more thing I'd like to say, and I think I've already said this, mentioned it before, is my workers' compensation. When I first started out, I was paying, I want to say about 8 or 9% for anyone making over $20 an hour. And for anyone making under $20 an hour, I think I was paying about 30%. This is 30% off of your overall amount of money you're paying them, off of their gross income. So if you have somebody who's making $12 an hour, let's go to $10 an hour. $10 an hour, that's $400 a week. You're going to pay 30% of the $400, whatever, if that's your rate. So that'd be an extra $120. That's a lot of money. Trust me, I was writing out some big checks to these to the workers' comp people. So if you're not figuring this money into your bids, you're going to be in trouble. So make sure that when it comes to workers' compensation, you actually understand how much it's going to cost you to hire an employee. Make sure that you have an hourly rate. And I actually went through and I printed out a chart in Excel that gave me every rate, every hourly wage I was going to pay somebody. I had the exact amount of what it was going to cost me to hire this person. Workers' compensation is going to be a big, it could cost you a lot of money depending on what your rates are going to be. Now, when I last hired, the last year I was in business hiring employees, my workers' comp was up to 51% for anything under $22 an hour and 14% for anybody over $22 an hour. So it's not just the percentage that changes, the hourly wage will change also. So who knows what it is right now. Feel free to leave your comments in the comment area if you want to, what you're paying. But it is mind-boggling, and it could wake you up really fast if you don't know anything about it. So understand everything you possibly can about it before hiring employees. Understand what it's going to cost to hire the employees, because this is something realistically that will keep a lot of contractors from hiring anybody. And there is a way around that. You can partner up with another contractor, partner up with 3 or 4 contractors, and then you guys won't have to pay, because you're licensed contractors, you'll be taking care of the insurance yourself. So there are ways around it if you get a little creative, but if you're running crews There's no way around it. You're probably going to be paying this stuff, and make sure that you are not the one who isn't paying it when someone gets injured on your job, because it could cost you everything you own, and I am not kidding about that.